Okay, so detail Taft and Wilson's presidencies, or are these presidents known for? There you go. Charlene, we're not gonna have any video blaring away. Okay. All right. Yeah, next. Tanner? Oh, we have you next for a current event, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'll have you go then for government then. We have to do two of them. Tanner and Matt, did you not go yet? Oh, Matt. There we go. Sarah presented hers yesterday, right? She didn't? What? Oh my gosh. What? I didn't say that. No, I didn't. Pretty sure I said Thursday though at one point.
Yeah, but then she had
Mm-mm-mm. All right, so let's start with Taft. What do we know about President Taft? What do we know here? Chloe, go ahead.
I said Taft was the only person to have served as president and chief justice of the Supreme Court. The first president to have an automobile in office. He was one of only two presidents during office. Kentucky had a custom for presidents to draw the first pitch of baseball season, and he was 830,000 as step in the White House back from the jury selection.
Yeah, good job, good job. So, all right, yeah, good. So Taft, was he Republican or Democrat? What was he? Republican, good job. So he's the last string of Republican presidents really since the beginning of the Civil War. And it just goes to show the Republican Party dominated the White House, the executive branch, when it came to industrialization, progressive movements in the United States, okay, after the Civil War, and this modernization that was occurring in the US. And Taft, yeah, he's a large man, right? Very large, yeah. So 330 pounds, give or take. Gets stuck in, he got stuck in the bathtub. But his political career, he's governor of the Philippines, which we know that was a territory acquired after what war? Griffin, after what war? Yeah, Spanish-American War. So that territory was vital for the United States' interest in Southeast Asia, with trading with these Asian countries and establishing a strong military. And he did a great job there. And Roosevelt viewed Taft as his right-hand man through his presidency. And after Roosevelt served his 2 terms in office, he thought Taft would be the right guy to lead the country. And kind of didn't lead up to expectations like Roosevelt wanted. And what happened then? What did Roosevelt do in 1912? Griffin? Yeah, created a third party, the Bull Moose Party, and ran against Taft, and we know of Wilson, right? And with that being said, this created a lot of turmoil in the Republican Party to a point where it split the vote. Okay, it split the vote and allowed for a Democratic president to take the White House. And again, not many people knew who Woodrow Wilson was, and we'll talk about him shortly. But yeah, Taft throwing out the first pitch, start of the baseball season. I thought that was pretty cool. Imagine a big guy on the mound like that, the big unit, right? The big hurt. Yeah. Okay. So Wilson, what do we know about him? Barbara, go ahead. Yeah, good job. Over what? What do you address Congress over? Oh, what are we going to get involved in here since next chapter? Go ahead, Barbara. World War I. Good job. Yeah, good, good. Go ahead. Continue on.
He was the first Democratic president for a long time.
Yeah.
He was president for 2 terms, and he's written for his 14th.
Okay. Yeah, creating a League of Nations. Good, good. So famous for his presidency during World War I. Okay. And a lot of people said he overstepped his boundaries when with limitations of freedoms, especially freedom of speech, assembly, expression in the US during this First World War. But this was really unprecedented, where the United States is getting involved in a global conflict, especially with the majority of the population, specifically in Pennsylvania, focused around German culture. Right? And many of you in here have German ancestry. So with that being said, this was a lot of paranoia to the point where he created acts, espionage and sedition acts, to make sure there was never a rebellion in the US or an internal attack. And again, a lot of people said he was acting almost like a dictator during his presidency. But with that being said, he helped the US moving forward and, obviously winning World War I and creating the League of Nations. With the League of Nations, this was trying to prevent future warfare and cooperation amongst countries in Europe. And the United States did not join, but this was an idea brought up by Woodrow Wilson to try to prevent future warfare. Since the United States did not join, we all know maybe if they did, World War II might not have happened. Who knows? But Congress thought it was in our best interest to stay out of these worldly conflicts. So that's why we didn't join the plan that Wilson created. And we all know the United Nations would follow suit after World War II. And the United Nations is still around today, trying to prevent a global conflict from occurring, to ever happen again. All right, is there any questions on those 2 presidents, those progressive imperialistic presidents? We'll talk about Wilson more moving into next chapter, World War I. Okay, so let's get working on the assignment here. I'm going to post that for you right now. Shouldn't take you too long. It's just primary resources on viewpoints of imperialism. And a good catch, Gabe. I didn't have that posted right away, so I wanted to do it on Wednesday. I'm like, you know what? This will be a good Friday activity along with the study guide. Oh, bell ringers. Let me come around and check them then. I'm going to publish this Viewpoints of U.S. Imperialism right now, so you can work on it after I come check your bell ringers. Or you can work on it until I get to you then. You should have 4 bell ringers. Real quick, this is what I'm looking at. I know it's maybe a little cut off here. Do your best. I tried to take a picture the best I could with the binding of the book. But we have 2 primary resources on U.S. imperialism at that time. And one of them is William Jennings Bryant. What do we know him of? We talked about him a lot, right? Griffin? Yeah, he ran against Roosevelt. He ran against Taft. Yeah, good job. And he lost what? All 3 times. Yeah, Democratic Party presidential candidate. And he is famous lawyer. We'll talk about him in the 1920s with the Scopes monkey trial. But anyway, there's 2 viewpoints of imperialism. And I'd like you to answer the questions here. If you want to, you can write it down on a separate piece of paper or Google Doc, whatever you'd like to do. But just submit that onto Canvas. And I'll check that, give you a grade for it afterwards. And when you're finished with that, I have the study guide and the vocab posts here. So the vocab you should already have finished. We worked through it through class. So it is really just submitting that to the post here. Let me just publish these. You'll have them ready to go. All right, so I'm going to come around and check your bell ringers now. Once you're done with the bell ringers, please work on the viewpoints of U.S. imperialism. I'd like to go over that towards the end of class if we can. And it's only 4 questions, so it shouldn't take you long. And then once you're finished that, work on the study guide. You can post the vocab a while as well. All right. Test Tuesday. I think we're going to have a review on Monday. Test Tuesday. There you go.